All right. Hi, Twitter, and welcome to this little explanation of how I turned this tweet from this video into this video. And I'm just going to run through quickly, as quick as I can, how I did it. I made it with Adobe After Effects. You can think of this basically like Photoshop, but for video. It's made by Adobe as well. So you can actually download a free trial if you just want to give this a go yourself and follow along with this lesson. So what I did was first I had to download the video. So I just used, a Google search, download Twitter video. You enter in the link to the video itself. And then I also needed the image of the New York Times to put under her green screen. And so I just Googled that. And if you go to images, and you can also search by size here, we want a large image. You can grab a large image to use. So I'm also making these files available in this tweet or somewhere. There's going to be a link to download these files. Here they are right here. And so let's jump over into After Effects to give this a look. So this is what After Effects looks like. It might be a little intimidating at first, but we're just going to run through this real quick, and I think you'll pick up some basics just by following along. So we have our footage right here. We have the footage that needs to be green screened, and we have the New York Times. So I'm going to control click those to get both of them, and I'm just going to drag and drop them into this project window here. Once that loads, all I have to do is click and drag this into a new composition, and it's going to set the dimensions, everything it needs to be. So there's a little black area here before it starts rolling. So I'm just going to hit B to set the beginning of this little comp area, this work area. I'm going to right click and say trim comp to work area. So that'll get rid of that little black kind of couple of frames before this started. So now all we need to do is apply a green screen effect to key out her green colored dress. So let's go to Effect and Controls. And if you don't see this window, you can get to it up here, and then you can choose Effect Controls and make sure that's checked there. And then with this selected, we can right click in this area and we have access to all of the effects that you can do in After Effects. We're interested in keying. We want to key this out. So we can go to Key Light 1.2 is kind of a basic keyer. And all we have to do is choose the screen color. So instead of green screening a screen, we're green screening a dress. So we just need to pick an area that is representative of the color. This looks all messed up, so all we need to do is tweak a few settings in here, basically play around with this stuff to try and make sure that this is matted out. You can choose different ways to view this to make sure that it's matting this out. You can also click this little button to see the checker of what's actually transparent or not, so it's not just on black. So let's scrub through here and we can see that screen gain isn't going to give us much. One thing I use a lot is actually the screen matte, and you can just clip the blacks or the whites to get a pretty good starting point, and then you can just adjust the screen balance, and we're pretty much there. All right, and then all we need to do is go back to the project here, and then use the New York Times image, drag it beneath this one because we want it to appear below it. I'm going to hit S to bring up scale this down until we can see, and I'm just clicking dragging in this area. We want to be able to see this just at the width of her shoulders, basically. So I can hold down Control and click and drag this as well to have finer control so it's not moving as great of a distance. So we can place this kind of right about here. I'm going to hit Shift P to pull up position as well. And we have X and Y values. So for Y, I'm just going to drag Y down. We want to be able to see this all at once. And then we can keyframe this. So I'm going to keyframe here on the first frame of this, and I'm going to scrub forward by clicking the current time indicator and just scrub all the way to the end. And then we can hit the Y value here, click and drag that up. So because I don't want to change it in the X value, I just want it to go straight up. So I'm only changing the Y value. We can get it somewhere in there. I'm going to try to get rid of this shadow you can see here as well. So let's go back to this, Effect Controls, and we probably just need to adjust the clip white area. So I'm going to drag that up a little bit. So you can see that we're missing a little bit of the green here. So we can actually just bring the screen gain to the left, try to bring back a little bit of the green of the trees, and then just adjust the clip black closer to the clip white value, because we're trying to kind of clamp these values that we've described here. All right. And we can increase the screen softness to kind of smooth out the edges there. And if we kind of scrub through, we can see how well this is working. So we have a little bit of transparent area there. What we can do is add a solid background right click, go to solid, and then grab this little eye picker. We want to pick a white similar to the image we have, hit OK, and then just drag this white solid to the bottom. So now we get rid of that transparent area at the beginning of this kind of scroll here. So now we have that. All we have to do is hit Control M to export this. Click this little output module settings, choose a format. This is just like a codec. I don't want AVI, I want a QuickTime here. So I'm choosing that under format. And then I like Apple ProRes 422 LT. I'll hit OK. And then I just need to choose a place to save this by clicking this button here and name the file. Once that's done, all I need to do is hit render. Once that is exported, you can see by hovering over this in Windows that the file size is 112 megabytes. It's pretty big for only 19 seconds of video. So what I like to use is something called Handbrake. This is a free program that'll help you compress video files. And it's really easy to use. Just click and drag this in here. All the default settings are pretty good. I believe this comes in at maybe like 22 for the default settings. And I don't like the M4V file. So what I do, you can type in MP4 there, and that will save it as an MP4 just by changing the file type in the name. Then just hit start encode. That'll encode it and reduce the file size to something like 5 megabytes. So that's a huge difference from 112 to 5. And so that's what was uploaded to Twitter. Please download all of these files and have fun with it yourself. I look forward to seeing what images you put on for her green screen dress. So thanks for watching this, and don't forget to go to digitalcreatorschool.com, go to courses, and check out the After Effects classes I have there. I have ones for advanced students, and if this piqued your interest, you can actually enroll in about less than an hour long. You'll master the basics. So if you enjoy this teaching style and you want to learn the basics, go check out that class. You can just click there and enroll for free. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in class.